Welcome, students and faculty, to Shelton High School's Veterans Day Assembly. Today is the day which we've chosen to remember our nation's service members, giving respect and recognition to the sacrifices which they have made.
On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, Armistice Day was created in 1919 to honor the first anniversary of the end of World War I. By 1938, it was adapted into a national holiday, and in 1954, President Eisenhower changed the name to Veterans Day, an official recognition of all veterans of all wars, living or deceased.
Since the end of World War I, there have been roughly 83,204 prisoners of war and 7,649 servicemen missing in action. To honor and remember those that have not returned home, we save a seat for them here.
A table is a place of honor. This table is our way of symbolizing the fact that members of our profession of arms are missing from our midst. The table is round to show our everlasting concern for our missing men. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to duty. The single rose in the vase signifies the blood they may have shed and sacrificed to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. This rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing comrades who keep faith while awaiting their return. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope that lives in our heart to illuminate their home, away from their captors, to open arms of a grateful nation. A slice of lemon on the plate is to remind us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who seek answers. The chair is empty. They are not here. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us at this time. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. Remember, all of you who served with them and called them comrades, who depended upon their might and aid and relied upon them, for surely they have not forsaken you. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families. May we have a moment of silence for all of our veterans.
Thank you. It's important to show respect to our veterans, here with us or otherwise. To be a veteran is to show courage like no other, signifying respect, dignity, and honor. We are proud to remember our veterans regardless of how long, short, or difficult their time in service was. They are all crucial to the welfare of our nation.
We would like to invite everyone here to join us in celebrating these veterans. Shelton High School's band and choir have prepared a fantastic piece of memorizing the songs of our military. If you or a member of your family has ever served in the military, please stand when your branch's hymn is played.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you once again to the band and choir for your wonderful performance.
Veterans Day is meant to honor and remember those who have served our country. And then while our 50 stars and 13 stripes are what represents our nation today, there were many that came before it. Here we present to you the flags of our country's history.
Number 1, the pine tree flag. The pine tree itself had long been a New England symbol being depicted on the flag of New England, flown by colonial merchant ships dating back to 1686. Leading up to the Revolutionary War, it became a symbol of colonial ire and resistance. The pine tree on the flag almost reaches up to the heavens to appeal for a revolution. Number 2, the Don't Tread on Me flag. The timber rattlesnake can be found in the area of the original 13 colonies. Its use as a symbol of the American colonies can be traced back to the publications of Benjamin Franklin. In Symbol of American Colonies, in 1751, he made the first reference to the rattlesnake in a satirical commentary published on his Pennsylvania Gazette. It had been the policy of Great Britain to send convicted criminals to the Americas, so Franklin suggested that they send the British rattlesnakes. In 1754, during the French and Indian War, Franklin published his famous woodcut of a snake cut into 8 sections. It represented the colonies, with New England joined together as the head and South Carolina as the tail, following their order along the coast. Under the snake was a message, "Join or die." This was the first political cartoon published in an American newspaper. As the American colonies came to identify more with their own communities and the concept of liberty rather than as vessels of the British Empire, icons that were unique to the American culture became increasingly popular. The rattlesnake, like the bald eagle, came to symbolize American ideals and society. Number 3, St. George's flag, or the Grand Union flag. The Grand Union flag consists of 13 alternating red and white stripes, with a British Union Jack in the canton, or the upper left-hand corner. The Union Jack represented the union of England and Scotland into Great Britain. It was also called the King's Colors. As the first commonly flown flag by the Continental Army and Navy, the Grand Union flag was the flag of the United Colonies on July 4, 1776, when they declared their independence from Great Britain. and on September 9, 1776, when the name United States was chosen for the former British colonies. Number 4, galaxy constellations, or the 13 stars and 13 stripes flag. On June 14, 1777, the Second Continental Congress passed a flag resolution which stated, resolved, that the flag of the 13 United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white, in a blue field, representing a new constellation. Flag Day is now observed on the 14th of June of each year. Number 5, the Fort McHenry flag, or the 15 stars and 15 stripes flag. In 1795, 2 stars were added, representing Kentucky and Vermont, bringing the total number of stars to 15. 2 stripes were added to make a total of 15 stripes. This was the only U.S. flag to have 15 stripes. The 15-star flag flew over Fort McHenry during the War of 1812 and inspired the writing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Number 6, the 20 stars and 13 stripes flag, or the Civil War flag. In 1818, it was decided to go back to the original 13-stripe pattern and simply add stars to the canton each time a new state joined the Union. This flag flew from the 4th of July, 1818, to the 3rd of July, 1819. States 16 through 20 admitted into the Union were in sequential order, first being Tennessee, then Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. Number 7, the 48 stars and 13 stripes flag, or the World War II flag. On July 4th, 1912, the U.S. flag grew to 48 stars with the addition of New Mexico and Arizona. Executive Order of President Taft, dated June 24, 1912, established the proportions of the flag and provided for arrangement of the stars in 6 horizontal rows of 8 each. This flag was official for 47 years, longer than any other flag, through 2 world wars and the emergence of the United States of America as the leading nation of the world. 8 presidents served under this flag: William H. Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Warren Harding, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, and Dwight D. Eisenhower. Before we introduce our final flag, we would like to welcome any and all Shelton High School staff members, teachers, or guests that have ever served in our armed forces. Please welcome them to the stage.
And now, the NJROTC Climber Company Color Guard proudly presents Old Glory. Please remove your caps and rise and remain standing for our national anthem.
You may now be seated. These faces that you see every day around the campus are the servicemen and women that have demonstrated a level of dedication unlike many others. It is an honor to work alongside them, and we honor them for their service. On the behalf of Shelton High School, we salute you for your service to our country. Please give our veteran staff and guests a big round of applause. And thank you once again.
Thank you for coming to today's Veterans Day Assembly. Please take from today a willingness to stop and appreciate the sacrifice that our fellow countrymen, relatives, and even teachers have made in the name of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This Monday, take a moment to reflect and thank our veterans. Thank you.